What's up, everybody, and welcome in to a DLLS Cowboys emergency pod. One of us was live from Tokyo, Japan. I don't know if you guys know that. So good morning from me, good afternoon from everybody else. The Cowboys getting a deal done with Javonte Williams. And make sure you like and subscribe anytime something happens with your Dallas Cowboys. We don't just do a show 5 times a week. We do emergency pods anytime something goes down with your team. So make sure that you are subscribed to the DLLS Cowboys account. Smash that like button. What's up, everybody? I'm Jeff Cavanaugh in a Tokyo hotel room, and I'm joined by the greatest beat writer in the history of the Dallas Cowboys, Mr. Clarence Hill, and the host of this show, trying to take my job, the greatest host who's going to take my job of all time, former Cowboy Jesse Holly. Look, what's up, man?
What's up, brother? We miss you, man.
I'll be back. I'm time travel. I take off today at 5:30. I land at 5:30. So I'm 15 hours ahead of you. Happy Sunday morning from me. I guess, Clarence, just hit us with the deets that you got. Javonte Williams, Cowboy not going to hit free agency, going to be a Dallas Cowboy.
The deets, they're the deets. They're the deets of the Cowboys came to terms with Javonte Williams on a 3-year, $24 million deal with $16 million guaranteed. It's $8 million annually. No matter how you slice it, you're gonna get guaranteed $8 million the next 2 years. Each the next 2 years, if he gets a third year, another $8 million. Here's the guy who signed for $3 million last year on a proven deal, coming off a couple of injury-plagued seasons in Denver. The Cowboys said they were moving different. This is different. This is getting it done before the combine. Get on the bus, wait for all the agents to talk and set things up. Free agency doesn't start till March 11th. The Cowboys have always been able to sign their own guys early, right? Well, they're doing it, and let's give them credit for getting this done. And Javonte Williams talked about wanting to maximize his earnings after coming off a career best season. $8 million a year for Javonte Williams. It's a pretty good deal for running backs in a suppressed running back market. We're not talking about the running back market that Zeke had a couple of years ago or Christian McCaffrey. We're talking about the current running back market for Javonte Williams at his age, coming off his injury history, to have one big year and get $8 million. Good for him.
Yeah, that's nice. That's a nice little deal. I shouldn't probably even use the word little. $8 million a year. That's a nice little running back money. Jesse, initial reaction. It seems like to me a win-win for everybody, but feel free to be messy or Recky Specky.
No, it's absolutely a great deal for Javonte, and not to steal some thunder that you have said, before, Jeff. But this is right around the market for Javonte Williams, right? And you always talk about this is an easy deal to get done, right? That's a Jeff Cavanaugh special. Like, this is an easy deal to get done, and a lot of times the Cowboys would complicate the easies. Now, granted, like we're talking about this deal, like the George Pickens deal is a tough deal, right? But like this. Yeah. This is a layup deal. Like, this is the deal that the run-of-the-mill kind of deal that Javonte should have gotten for his services. Clarence, we always talk about, every single year, what was last year, yesterday's even at times where you're saying the running backs aren't valued much, the market still moves in a certain way. And I thought what they got from Javonte last year, in a world of unprofessionalism in athletics, you got the extreme professional in Javonte Williams. You got a guy who's going to show up every
All right, let's just have Jesse get ready to call a North Carolina game or whatever.
I don't know what happened to Joe. Like, I was like, is that my Wi-Fi? I'm like, what is going on here? But I like how the people in the chat, they could have got Derrick Henry for that price 2 years ago. It was too much. That was too steep. But I just told you how difference in years make, because you could have got Derrick Henry for $8 million a year. That was too much. And I would say this: it's a good deal for Javonte. It's a good deal for the Cowboys. But that just shows you how much Javonte wanted to be in Dallas, because he got this with the Cowboys without even hitting the free agent market. Could his number have gone up if he hit the market is open to all the bidders? But it just tells you he wanted, hey, this is a good money, it's a good deal. His agent is also Quentin Williams' agent, and so they got a good deal that he wanted to be here. They gave a legitimate offer. He could have maybe nickel dime for $1 or $2 million more, if he hit the free agent market. But $8 million a year for Javonte Williams, again, money we wouldn't give Derrick Henry 2 years ago.
You stop it. Look here. Now here's the thing. I want everybody to know this one's not Clarence's fault. This one's the chat's fault.
It was a chat.
Y'all, whoever in the chat mentioned Derrick Henry, you chummed that up, and of course Clarence is going to take a bite out of it. Yeah, I think it's good money for Javonte Williams, and I think to me there's a couple of different things that play into this. And number one is the current Cowboys depth chart behind Javonte Williams. You would probably like the opportunity when you draft guys in the mid late rounds as running backs. They can usually play in this league. They went through a year last year where their guys either couldn't or they didn't give an opportunity. And so having it run back with a for sure good starting running back, that's where you want to be. And I think in this year's draft class too, you probably don't want to use a mid to late round pick because you have limited picks. And honestly, it's not a very good year for running back. Jeremiah Love's incredible, but it's not a real good, deep running back class this year. And so you set yourself up to where you already feel good about that position. You've brought back the guy that's sort of a leader of do the right things. And if somebody else happens to pop, you don't have to play him 90% of the snaps, but Javonte Williams gets some good money. You feel good about running back. That's not something that you're going to have to worry about in the draft. If you want to add somebody else for cheap in free agency, you can do that. But you got yourself set up. And I want to see them do this at more positions, Clarence. I want to see where the guys that you're bringing, and I know he was already theirs in theory, right? Like he hadn't hit free agency yet. And so it's probably a little bit different. But set yourself up to where you can go out there and play on Sunday, and we don't have to spend all this time. We're about to be in Indianapolis at the Combine in a couple of days, few days for you guys, a couple of days for me. We don't have to be like, all right, they got 2 first-round picks, and all we talk about is corners and pass rushers. Like you want to set yourself up where you don't have to turn down the best player if he's there. And Javonte Williams is a really nice start to this. I know it's not an outside free agency or free agent, but it's a nice start to get yourself squared away to draft clean. See the way I can always bring it back to the draft?
We need to know, and we didn't do an emergency part when they cut Logan Wilson, but they cut their losses. No, they cut their losses. They said they didn't stub. I'm going to be stubborn and show you them right. I want to admit that they were wrong because Jerry, when he signed Logan, he's going to be the difference maker. He's going to come in and he's going to hit the gaps and do all this stuff. He couldn't even, unseat K9. But the Cowboys didn't waste any time. We're going to get that money back. We're going to cut a lot. I know we gave up a pick for him. We're not going to cry over spilled milk. It was spilled milk. We're going to let that move on. They moved on from Logan Wilson, saved $6.5 million. They did sign Javonte Williams. And now let's go. Just like you said, let's go.
No.
I'm sorry, Jesse. I just wanted to say real quick to you, they had to cut Logan Wilson.
I understand that.
You can't have some middle of the road jobber linebacker standing in Sonny Styles' way. Okay, this is Sonny Styles' defense. Sonny Styles' defense. Go ahead, sorry, Jesse.
No, man, that's just again. I don't know what parts that I cut out on earlier, but man, this is one of the easy deals that the Cowboys could make, should have made, and did make, and it eliminates them having to go into free agency now, worried and thinking about a running back at any point in time. And like I said, in the world of unprofessionalism, Javonte Williams gives you that, and of course. I just so happen to be.
Where are you?
To be donning this beautiful Carolina blue emblem. No coincidence that Javonte Williams went to one of these prestigious universities. University of North Carolina, and so man. Shout out to Javonte Williams, man, on getting that deal done. 25 years old. And it looks like he still has some left, and it's what the Cowboys, they're going to use that ground and pound. They're going to use him as that consummate professional, and then as they bring on Maffa and they bring on Jadon Blue, that'll add to the mix. But you got Javonte Williams for the next 2 years in this offense, and he did a really good job at running the football last year. Career year for him.
All right, boys, enjoy the end of your Saturday. I'm going to enjoy the beginning of my Sunday. We got some merch deals for you on the merch store at DLLS, and we need you to head over there and take advantage of that because why wouldn't you? 30% off. Boy, that's a nice little site-wide clear out for you. Make sure you're following DLLS Sports. It's the last day. Yeah, I definitely knew that.
Tomorrow's the last day.
Yep. I know nothing about what's going on in the entire world, so I'm glad Jesse told you that. Follow the DLS Sports account. We'll hit you with everything you need to know. We're going to be in Indianapolis for the Combine here in a few days, and go Heels. So Javonte Williams, congratulations. I miss you guys. I will see you soon, I'm gonna go get on a plane here in a little bit after I find some pizza.
We expect gifts from your vacation. We expect gifts.
Yeah, I hope you like samurai stuff and little tchotchkes figurines because I got those. That's what I bought Final Fantasy stuff. They have the Final Fantasy store here. Oh, I got a Cloud Strife figurine and a Sephiroth figurine. Final Fantasy 1 and Final Fantasy 7 music box that plays the theme song of the game. What everybody go have a day. Remember, you have no idea what anybody's going through. Be cool to everybody. We love you. Be easy.
Eliminate the contingencies.